What is up, everybody? Steve here, and today we're making Bò Kho Vietnamese beef stew. A very versatile dish, especially this holiday. It's raining outside here in San Diego. One of my favorite ways to enjoy it is with a nice crispy baguette banh mi. But also, you can eat this pho style, so that's why I love this dish so much. It travels well, especially during the holidays. So let's get to cooking.
Bring some water up to a boil, and we have our grass-fed chuck. But ideally, you guys want to use beef shank or fatty flank would be the best for this recipe. Boil that for like 15 minutes and then rinse it off with some cold water just to kind of take out some of the impurities and that gamey flavor, especially for this grass-fed cut. Very, very gamey. Not recommended unless you're into that type of flavoring. And then we're going to cut this down into big chunks. And we're going to stew this down where it's so tender, so I don't mind the chunks being a little big because they'll be fork tender by the time we get to eating. Beautiful deep red color here. And we're going to get to marinating our beef with some minced garlic. About 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of minced sweet yellow onion. Some cooking wine, Chinese cooking wine, some soy sauce. Fish sauce, of course. We got some paprikash, white pepper, coriander powder, chili powder, fine Korean chili powder, curry powder, and some ground ginger, and last but not least, some thyme. And then this is our hat name, which is like mushroom seasoning or chicken bouillon if you have it, or MSG. And we're going to let this marinate for about an hour or overnight if you have the time and patience. Into our main pot goes some beef tallow, some avocado oil, and we're going to get more aromatics into our main braiser. Sweet yellow onions, the rest of our minced garlic goes in. And we have 1 small can of tomato paste. And we're going to stir fry this up until everything gets fragrant. Tomato paste starts turning a little deeper color. It's going to smell wonderful in the house. And then we're going to add our marinated beef into our main stew pot. And we're just going to sear everything. Bring all the flavors together, coat every piece of meat with that tomato paste, onions, and garlic. 10-15 minutes, just until the meat tenses up a bit. And then we're going to add our high quality H2O to cover our beef so we can get this bad boy braising. Fill her up. One last swirly, and then we're gonna add some of our fresh aromatics here. We have some lemongrass stalks I'm gonna bruise up and tie up. Shout out Mama Chow. This is also from Mama Chow's garden. Fresh lemongrass, and our spice ball comes in. We have a cinnamon stick, a cardamom pod, and some star anise into our spice ball, and everything goes in before we get to slow braising. Touch more water, and we're going to cover this on low simmer for 2 hours. All right, after 2 hours, looking absolutely gorgeous, and it smells great. We're going to take out our lemongrass, and we're going to take out our spice ball. Their job is done. Thank you very much. Extracted all the flavors. Free up some space in the pot. Bring it up to a boil, and let's start seasoning this bad boy. We're going to do a bunch of salt. This is our first seasoning. I like to start off with salt first and taste it as we go. So we need our salt. Next up, we need our sweetness. This is rock candy sugar, aka meth sugar. You can use regular sugar, just has a bit more flavor with the rock candy. And a little bit of fish sauce. I had to go a little heavy on everything because it was really gamey. And then this is our pre-cut carrots and potatoes, about 3 medium-sized carrots and potatoes that I chopped up. And we're going to add this to our pot. Bring it up to a low simmer. And our veggies go in last because we don't want to overcook them. And then this is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch dissolved in about a cup of water. Adding it to our main pot so it can kind of thicken up a bit. So as you can see, it's a little watery still. See that splash? We want to thicken it up just a bit. You can go more or less. And there it is once it's all cooked. Give it a final taste. Turn it off. Once the carrots float, it's ready to go. You don't want to overcook your veggies. And my favorite way to eat it personally is with hutio noodles, this pho noodles. Add your green onions, slice yellow onions. I like to transfer it to a smaller pot to warm up so you don't overcook the stuff in the main pot. Add your spice, add your jalapenos. And this is just a nice bowl of beef stew. Especially during the holidays, you can enjoy this with bread, as we spoke about earlier. Thick pho noodles, hutio noodles. Of course, our dipping sauce of salt, pepper, and lime. Look how tender that beef is. And thank you guys for watching. Merry holidays. Happy Christmas.